11 moment between then-married celebrity couples that aged like milk after they split up. Over the years, we've seen numerous adorable Hollywood love stories unfold before our eyes. But hindsight can be a funny thing, and some of the sweetest moments between once-married couples haven't exactly stood the test of time. Here's a look back at 11 moments between celebrity couples that haven't aged too well. 1. Just last year, Keith Urban paid heartfelt tribute to Nicole Kidman, whom he married in 2006. Recalling the first time they met, he shared at the 2024 AFI Life Achievement event, "I was trying to play it cool, but inside I felt like I'd snuck into the Royal Bowl simply because NIC has such a truly otherworldly aura about her, and I felt a bit like I was meeting a real-life princess. And despite all of that, I did manage to get her phone number on a tiny piece of paper, and I carried that number in my pocket for well over a week. I couldn't stretch that to think that this extraordinary woman would ever see anything in a guy like me." After later acknowledging their initial marriage struggles, Keith went on to say, "I've actually never met anyone who has such a passion for being alive. She knows the importance of expressing feelings as well. I wasn't raised like this at all, so our girls are very lucky to be learning from you. Baby, I'm learning, too." Last week, news broke that Nicole has filed for divorce from Keith, citing irreconcilable differences. Sources have claimed Nicole was fighting to save the marriage, and that members of Keith's inner circle felt like the split was kind of inevitable. Another report claims that while Nicole has been super supportive of Keith's career, he has not been as supportive as she hoped. 2. Back in 2003, Jennifer Aniston gushed about then-partner Brad Pitt, whom she was married to between 2000 and 2005. She said in an interview, "I can't imagine being with any other human being. I married him because he was the love of my life. He's the most fun I've ever had." Jennifer has since opened up about the vulnerable aftermath of her split from Brad, who swiftly moved on with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star Angelina Jolie. Jen and Brad officially divorced in 2005.3. During a 2007 interview, then 26-year-old Christina Aguilera gushed about her relationship with Jordan Bratman, whom she married in 2005. "He always leaves Post-its by my bed when I wake up in the morning, telling me how much he loves me. All that gushy stuff, but it feels good. He's the best," she said, calling him her best friend in the whole wide world. Sadly, Christina ended up filing for divorce after 5 years of marriage. "Things were so unhealthy and unhappy for both Jordan and me, I knew I had to end it," she explained. "I really didn't want to hurt Jordan, and I felt torn about splitting our family up." 4. Kim Kardashian said of Kris Humphries ahead of their 2011 wedding, "He just has a really good heart. There has to be trust and honesty and chemistry. If you don't have any of those, it's never going to work." There was even an entire special dedicated to documenting the nuptials, titled Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding. However, the reality star filed for divorce just 72 days after they wed. Their divorce, which wasn't finalized until 2013, was complicated, to say the least, with Kris memorably filing for an annulment and citing fraud as he claimed that Kim married him to boost her TV ratings. 5. After Kris came Kanye West, whom Kim started dating in 2012. While the ups and downs of their marriage were documented across Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim frequently spoke highly of her now ex-husband Ye. In 2013, which was a year before they tied the knot, she said in an interview, "I have this best friend who understands me and helps me through all my tough experiences, and vice versa, you know? It just feels like this is it for me." After they split in 2021, things got incredibly contentious between Ye and Kim, with the rapper lashing out at her next partner, Pete Davidson, and repeatedly criticizing her parenting style on numerous occasions. 6. Back in 2005, Tom Cruise proudly declared his love for then-partner Katie Holmes during a now-infamous appearance on Oprah, where he jumped on the couch energetically and totally derailed their chat. He and Katie got married the following year, in 2006, that while the world was smitten by Tom's evident love for Katie, things between the pair didn't end well. Katie filed for divorce from the Mission Impossible star in 2012, and she has since been candid about how intense their split was. 7. During the course of Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth's on-again, off-again relationship, the pair repeatedly spoke highly of each other. A source claimed that Miley described him as a love of her life, while she memorably described him as a longtime best friend in a sweet tribute. They tied the knot in 2018 after years of breakups and reconciliations. However, the pair sadly parted ways after less than a year of marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. 4 years later, Miley brutally shaded Liam in her 2023 song Flowers, a candid breakup anthem that made numerous references to their relationship and was released on his birthday. Ouch, 8. Although it certainly feels like a fever dream, Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon got married in 2008. Mariah memorably said that she and Nick were soulmates, and that she'd never felt a love like this was in the card. For her 0.6 years after tying the knot, Nick and Mariah announced their divorce, with a source claiming that the marriage had been bad for a while. The split ended up being pretty messy, with reports that the former couple spent hours arguing over custody of their twin daughters, Moroccan and Monroe.9. Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello got married back in 2015 and repeatedly gushed about each other during the course of their relationship. A few months ahead of their wedding, Sofia, who shares a grown son with her ex-husband, publicly stated that having kids with Joe wasn't a priority. When you're with somebody that hasn't had kids and you want to start a relationship, of course, there's always that question. And if it happens, it will be something that will make us very happy, but it's not a priority in our lives, she said. Fast forward almost a decade, Sofia claimed that she and Joe, who got divorced in 2023, had split due to their conflicting views on having kids. My marriage broke up because my husband was younger. He wanted to have kids, and I didn't want to be an old mom, she said. I feel it's not fair to the baby. I respect whoever does it, but that's not for me anymore. I had a son at 19, who is now 32, and I'm ready to be a grandmother, not a mother. In response to Sofia's comments, Joe later said, "There's been a lot said in the press about me wanting a family. That's simply not true." He then claimed, "We did try to have a family for the first year and a half, and we had a huge conversation right out of the gate during the first month we dated. I said, if you're done with kids, then I understand. Just tell me, and I'll know what this is, and that's okay." But that wasn't the case with her, and I swore to her that I would never leave if it didn't work out, and I didn't. 10. Joshua Jackson and Jodie Turner-Smith, who got married in 2019, were easily one of the internet's favorite couples for years. Back in 2021, Joshua opened up about their unconventional engagement during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, revealing that Jodie had been the one to propose. When,